Welcome everybody, this is Judy SATORI, and this is our second full moon transmission for August 2012. It's a blue moon transmission because the full moon on the 31st is what's called a blue moon. You've probably heard the expression once in a blue moon, and a blue moon is when we have two full moons in 1 month. So this year in 2012 there are 13 full moons. And 13, the number 13 metaphysically is actually a very lucky number. It's the number of awakening. And so, this year we're all being awakened. We're being awakened to remember who we are, why we're here on earth, and being prepared for the assistance and the role that we are being asked to play as the earth moves through this time of transition, and which will culminate, of course, in a shift to a fifth dimensional frequency around the 21st of December this year. So the message of this full moon transmission is a little bit different from the previous messages. It's a message from the ASHTAR Command. The ASHTAR Command are part of the Galactic Federation. They're like the Galactic Peacekeeping Force. And their message as we come to the end of August is one of support and encouragement. This is what they have to say. The message as we come to the end of August is one of support and encouragement. They say that within the word encouragement is the word courage in English. And within this English word courage is a French word, le cœur, meaning the heart. So what Spirit are telling us is to go within our heart and find our own encouragement, our own courage within. And I know because many people have written to me that there are a number of you out there right now who are struggling to find your own encouragement and your own courage within. And I think this is really why the ASHTAR Command and the Galactic Council are bringing this information through right now, because our own connection to our own truth and our own heart is what is so very important for all of us. The spiritual path can often be a lonely road. Many of us feel quite isolated and apart from both our soul families in the heavens and the stars and our soul families here on earth. We struggle and we worry about paying the day-to-day bills and how to get our work out in a manner that still provides abundance for us, along with our great need to be of service to others. We want to be of service, but sometimes it's hard just to make ends meet and live in the so-called real world. And it can feel like a delicate balance as we often vacillate between love and fear. What the ASHTAR Command wants all of us who are here on earth to remember is that we are here for a purpose, and it may not always be for the purpose that we think. They want us to surrender to what is right now and not put so much pressure on ourselves to succeed with what we think we have to do. They say we are succeeding just by being and being here now. So they say that this time is one of transition, a time of going into the heart, into le cœur, and developing the courage. It's about trusting our heart, trusting the guidance of our heart aligned with our higher self. And this is the inner strength of knowing that we are okay and that everything out there in the world is okay too. It is impossible for us on an individual basis to create a firm foundation for our future right now, because what they're saying is that the earth is in a state of transition. We are in a state of transition between the old and the new. The old is gone and the new isn't here yet. So don't be too hard on yourself. Just allow yourself to flow like a log of wood would flow down a river. Just imagine that you're floating on your back and you're treading water, and you're looking up at a beautiful blue sky and the sunshine. You're really safe. You don't have to strike out and try and swim for the bank. Just wait for the changes to occur. During this time of waiting, set firm, positive foundations for the future of new life on a new earth. The ASHTAR Command and the Galactic Council say to us that we can only prepare, and that we can prepare best by going within and connecting to our heart, to our love for ourselves first, and then let that love flow out to others. And if you're really anxious about how you get your work out into the world, or what it is that you're meant to do at this time, or how you can actually ground and get your purpose out and do what it is you're here to do, they say that you can be and do whatever it is that your heart urges you to be and do. But right now, it's time to build the foundations for this new time ahead, for this new state of being that you will increasingly become and project into your world. So this is sort of interesting because they're saying this new state of being that we will become and that we will project into our world. It's pretty obvious that what they're saying is that it's our being, our thoughts, what is within our own energy that is going to create our future. So the ASHTAR Command are urging all of us to let go of fear and anxiety and find the strength of love within our own hearts. They say to us to begin to create a plan for our purpose. If you have special and wonderful work that you wish to get out to the world, investigate and learn the tools and techniques in the real world of how you do this. And then just begin the work. Remember that a house begins with putting in the foundations. You can't paint the roof until the house is built. So whatever it is that you're trying to do and how it is that you're wanting to be in the world, start putting the firm foundations in, and then just gradually build the new house of yourself. I remember 15 or so years ago when I went through this sort of transition myself. I was an energy healer and a channel, and I'd been working with spirit really every day to work with connecting with them and how I should do it for about a year. And then spirit said to me, "We want you to teach channeling." And I said, "Well, I don't know. How do I do it? I don't know how to do it. How do I teach anybody how to do this?" And they said, "We'll teach you. We'll show you." So they sat me down and telepathically they gave me instructions and I wrote down a whole program for a weekend workshop. So I had the program. And then I said, "Well, what do I do now?" I said, "I don't know how to get this out or how to get people to come along." And they said, "Just send a letter, an invitation out to 50 people that you know, 50 of your friends, and just wait and see." So I followed instructions and I sent this letter out. And to my huge surprise, and I must say delight, 22 people signed up for this channeling workshop in Auckland and where I lived at the time. 22 is actually quite an interesting number because it's the master builder number. And what was actually happening was the building of the work that, in my case, Spirit were wanting to bring through me. Everybody learnt to channel at that event. And that was a really good lesson to me in just letting go and letting God and following the heart, following what made me feel passionate and excited and just doing it. So I really discovered that when I took action, Spirit took action too, and everything flowed in the perfect way. Last week in the Finger Lakes in upstate New York, I taught the first of the Mastery of Mind work that Spirit want me to bring through this year. And this work is all about training us to think in more empowered ways like the gods and goddesses that we truly are. It's actually a process of alchemical change. So it's a change from one state of thinking and being to another completely different state of thinking and being. The energy work and the information of this retreat is not something that really can be taught. It's something that is instilled. It just is. And it's a shift in consciousness that occurs. Developing mastery of mind is key to fifth-dimensional life, as what we think will create our reality so much more quickly within this vibrational field of this new earth that we're moving to. I'm planning to make available at an affordable price the most powerful techniques and sessions from the 3 retreats that I plan to do this year. There's 3 stages, and the first stage from day 1 in Bristol Harbour, upstate New York, will be available very soon. You'll receive an email when it's available, and you can purchase this online. The focus of the first day was working with running interference on negative thinking, clearing subconscious beliefs, moving from emotional upset to states of love, and working with Thoth. Thoth, as probably many of you will know, was an Atlantean priest king who took the Atlantean survivors to Egypt. He's written a series of writings called the Emerald Tablets, and he's teaching about your magnificence, working with Mart in reclaiming power and wisdom, and many other sessions during this first day besides this, all to do with creating the first stage of an alchemical process, which is why I'm going to put it out in 3 stages. So if you're at home, you can just listen to the first stage and you'll have a month or so to integrate all the energies before the second stage comes. But our energy work today for this full moon transmission with the ASHTAR command is to set a stage, to set a foundation for the changes that will occur for us as we begin to master our minds and to truly become the ascended masters that we really were designed to be and that we really are. So this energy track that I want to bring through now is to do with courage, to do with the heart, to strengthen us, to give us support, and help us realize that we have within our own being all the answers, that nobody needs to tell us anything. And if we sit and we truly go within, then all the solutions and everything we ever need is right within. We are gods in the body. So just sit and put your hand on the core star, which is just below the diaphragm and above the navel. And just be like a sponge and soak up the energy. And know that you are okay. And that everything in your reality out there is also just fine. Miki cosa la que je la samaxitia. Amasash la casa de kushila samatia. Meko la keys at the Meko la keys at the she got a bit of a key. I said got a bit of key. I said got a bit of steam about a bit of key. Acidity. Acidity, acidity. E scessa con la bella sede che era per sì. Alla con la bella costina per di. Acidity, acidity, acidity. Take a deep breath. Mokoko alla chi je l'ai sede per sabocodia. Asette stassa con la bocco. Alla con la bella stade con la bella sala casadia. Messe tu ci stesa cadia. Acco con la casa con la bella stade con la bella chi. Acco con la casa bocco stassa con la bocco sadia. E scesse con la bocco. E scesse con la bella cosa di. E scesse con la bocco da calacasi. Ne scende con la bella co. E casa con la bella stade con la bella si. Alla ca. Alla ca. Alla ca. Take a deep breath. Now just put your hand on your heart chakra. He said, la chiesa da bristana mala cozinha. E casa da casa bugustesa cara brista cara baka. E la chiesa de gustesa bogar sadadi. Mesela da cara brisa. E chesa la da cara brisi. Ale la cara brisa la banasidi. E la ka. E la ka. E la ka. The energy that is to come in to you now through your energy circuits is the energy of power and protection, to give strength, to add to your light, to open to more love.
Amistadgadabadushti, Meshedgadabadusadadi, Akalakazadgadabadushti, Aladagadi, 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 Akakakakakakakakakakakaka.
And when you finish with this transmission, when you stop listening, Spirit is saying, draw a little picture to yourself. Draw a little picture on a piece of paper. Draw a picture of your greatest outcome, your dearest wishes, how you see yourself. And then bring this creation of mind into being. Master of your mind will help you, because everything begins with the power of our own thoughts. As you're listening to this now, Tim, my husband, and I will be winging our way to New Zealand. We'll be on the plane. We both send you much love. I look forward to seeing many of you in the months ahead as we travel in New Zealand and Australia and Asia. Sometimes it's hard to remember that God is always with us. What Spirit really want me to just affirm right now is that no one is alone. No one is left alone. No one is not noticed. They're saying to us, to me and to us, none of our prayers, none of your prayers are not heard. There is so much love and support. But what they're saying is they can only really support us if we take action and use the power of our own mind linked into the power of God mind. And then miracles and magic happen and everything becomes possible. So this is the message of this blue moon. The blue moon of awakening. The blue moon of expansion. The blue moon of realizing that with our mind, all becomes as we think. Be at peace and know that all is well, that you are love, and that you are very deeply loved by many unseen beings in other dimensions who are walking beside us here on earth at this time. Go well. Many blessings.
Quel chi si stille dia, a calatia da juna caladushlaki, a canasi, a cata testa cotiscotia, a cata gisti si coda da coliki sisia, I messi no lo shlakadia, e chi si mungo jelasa, e canatish sazen no melokuyati, e chi tasukulishta tukotebedeko. Akada tukudi, ushesi metia, 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 metia. You are loved, you are blessed, and so it is.